I will tell you about some of the most unusual plants on Earth. And yes, some of them look as if nature never placed them here at all, as if they are not plants, but something that was accidentally brought from another planet. But the most interesting part is not even their appearance. It's their ability to survive in extreme conditions, in heat, rocks, fog, drought, on bare soil, where most plants wouldn't last even a season. People have used these plants for centuries in different fields, and today many of them are used in modern cosmetics, supplements, and scientific research. In this video, I have collected 6 organisms that look alien, but at the same time, realna grow on Earth. We will start with the most calm one, and end with something that scientists still call almost a biological anomaly. Number 6. Sempervivum, houseleek. Sempervivum is native to the mountainous regions of southern and central Europe. It has been known to people for a long time. The species Sempervivum tectorum was scientifically described by Linnaeus in 1753, and the plant itself was grown on rooftops for centuries. Not only for decoration, in Europe people believed it protected houses from lightning and fires. This alone shows how long humans have noticed something special in it. But these legends did not appear out of nowhere. Sempervivum is действительно extremely hardy. It easily tolerates drought, bright sun, poor soils, and cold, because it stores water in its fleshy leaves and grows where conditions feel more like a test than normal life for a plant. This highly resilient plant was also used in traditional medicine. The juice of Sempervivum was not used for everything, but quite specifically for ear inflammation, burns, boils, wounds, ulcers, and skin irritation. There is even more modern confirmation of some of these uses. In an ethnopharmacological study of Sempervivum tectorum, its traditional use for ear pain was described, and laboratory data showed antimicrobial activity of its juice against bacteria associated with otitis. So this is not just a beautiful herbal legend. And this is exactly why I like Sempervivum. On the outside, a small rosette, a quiet plant. But inside, a survivor with a history of hundreds of years of human attention. But we move to a form that nature seems to have designed after watching sci-fi. Number 5. Agave. Now, agave doesn't even try to look cute. It immediately looks like something ancient, armed, and very serious. Most agaves come from Mexico, and that is where their history is closely connected with human life. Scientists say agaves have been used by humans for about 10,000 years, and pre-Hispanic cultures of Mesoamerica used them for food, fiber, construction, drinks, and medicine. Archaeological data and historical sources show that agave was cultivated as a drought-resistant resource long before modern industry. Scientifically, Agave americana was described by Linnaeus in 1753, but the human history of agave is much older than its botanical name, and you can feel it. Agave is not just a desert plant, but almost a complete survival system. Thick leaves store water, photosynthesis helps conserve moisture, and the plant's physiology is adapted to heat and lack of rainfall. That is why agave has fed and supported people in dry regions for thousands of years. In ancient and traditional practice, agave was used not only as food. Reviews of agave mention traditional uses as an antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory agent, as well as a wide range of folk medicinal practices among different communities in Mexico. Today, agave is much more widely used in the food industry, beverages, fiber, and cosmetic formulas. Its extracts and derivatives are studied due to bioactive compounds such as saponins and flavonoids, and in modern cosmetics, it is most often used as a moisturizing and care ingredient. This plant looks alien, but at the same time has long been integrated into human civilization. And next, a plant that decided that looking like a plant is too risky. Number 4. Lithops. If someone showed you a lithops without context, you wouldn't say it's a living organism. You would most likely think it's just a stone. And that is exactly its genius. Lithops originate from the arid regions of southern Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Angola, and South Africa. The first lithops was noticed by William Burchell in 1811 during an expedition in South Africa. He literally picked up a strange stone from the ground that turned out to be a plant. Lithops camouflage so well that they can be mistaken for part of the landscape. And this is not a decorative trick. It is a survival strategy. Their tops look like stones, not just for appearance. It is believed that this shape and coloring serve as camouflage from herbivores. Moreover, most of the plant is located almost below the soil surface. On the outside, you see very little, but inside there is water-storing tissue and special windows on the top of the leaf through which light passes inside. Scientists have specifically studied these leaf windows and found that they allow such underground plants to photosynthesize without exposing their entire body to harsh sunlight and water loss. This is not just a strange plant. It is almost an engineering solution of nature. Their main benefit today is not medical, but scientific and biological. This is one of the best examples of camouflage and extreme adaptation among plants. They are studied as a model of how an organism can solve two almost incompatible tasks at once: hide and still receive light, conserve water and not die from the sun. And if lithops looks like a quiet code of nature, then the next organism feels as if it was created specifically to confuse humans. Is it food, medicine, or something from another world? Number 3. Tremella, snow fungus. Tremella looks like it's not a fungus at all, but a piece of alien tissue, a marine organism, or something gelatinous that grew where it shouldn't. But the most surprising thing is, people have known it for a very long time. Tremella fuciformis, the snow fungus, has historically been used in Asia both as food and in traditional medicine. Modern reviews state that it has been popular in herbal medicine and Asian cuisine, and broader sources note that in China it has been used for centuries and even thousands of years as a means of supporting health, skin, and overall vitality. And this is where things become especially interesting for your video, because tremella is not just an ancient medicinal fungus. Today, it is actively used in modern cosmetics. Studies and reviews of Tremella fuciformis describe the potential effects of its extracts and polysaccharides on the skin: hydration, support of the skin barrier, photoprotection, healing, and anti-aging effects. In cosmetic formulations, Tremella is already used as a moisturizing active, and some studies show reduced transepidermal water loss in formulas containing its extract. So we have a very rare case. It looks completely non-human, but at the same time is extremely useful for humans, especially in skincare. And now we move to an organism with a much darker story. Number 2. Cordyceps. If Tremella still looks like a space flower, Cordyceps already feels like science fiction mixed with horror. Because cordyceps are fungi associated with insects, and this biology is what made them famous. In the classical description of the genus, cordyceps develops on larvae or other insect hosts, and then a fruiting body grows out of the host's body. The genus Cordyceps has existed in scientific classification since 1818, and these fungi have long held a place in Eastern medical traditions. Historically, the most famous in traditional Chinese medicine was not Cordyceps militaris, but Cordyceps sinensis. In Chinese sources, it has been recorded as a medicinal substance at least since 1694. Traditionally, cordyceps has been associated with fatigue, cough, recovery, kidneys, the respiratory system, and general strengthening. Modern reviews of Cordyceps militaris and cordyceps in general discuss bioactive compounds and possible effects related to endurance, antioxidant activity, inflammation, and other areas. There are even studies where supplements with C. militaris improved tolerance to intense physical activity. But there is one more organism that seems impossible, even compared to cordyceps. Number 1. Welwitschia, the final anomaly. Welwitschia mirabilis grows only in Namibia and Angola, in the Namib Desert, one of the harshest and driest places on Earth. European science discovered it in the 19th century. Friedrich Welwitsch found it in 1859 in southern Angola, and later Joseph Dalton Hooker described and named it after him. According to accounts, Welwitsch was so amazed by the discovery that he simply sat down next to it and stared, unable to believe it was real. And honestly, it's easy to understand why. Because Welwitschia seems to be built outside the rules. It has only 2 leaves, but those 2 leaves keep growing throughout its entire life. Some plants, according to Kew, may be over 2,000 years old, and estimates of lifespan usually range from hundreds to thousands of years. It survives in the desert not because of rain, but thanks to deep water sources and moisture from ocean fog. The Damara and Herero people eat its seed cones raw, baked, and roasted. This is not a medicine plant in the usual sense, and in modern medicine it is not used like agave, tremella, or cordyceps. But scientists study it to understand extreme longevity, drought resistance, and how such an organism can remain almost unchanged for thousands of years.
And if you look at all 6 together, it becomes clear. The strangest plants on Earth are not just unusual shapes. They are survival strategies. They are ancient answers of nature to heat, poor soil, hunger, animals, time, and death. Some of them have been used by humans for centuries. Others are only now being revealed through laboratories, cosmetics, and biology. And some, like Welwitschia, still look less like useful plants and more like a message from another world.